Hello everybody, it's Marcus here. So this is chapter 2. In the first chapter we set up our IDE for our little ESP32 weather station, if you will, or environment monitor. So and then the other thing we did is we did the wiring for the DHT11, and we did some little test program to plot out the values. So in this chapter 2, we create a little web server using our ESP8266, and so we're going to create a little web page which then displays the times, the sensor information. And one thing to know is that the ESP has two modes. One is an access point mode, if you will, so you have to use the Wi-Fi spot it spins off, or you can just have the ESP join your Wi-Fi network, which is what we're going to do for this one, since we need some internet connection later on. So the code is in GitHub, so you can just grab this. What we need to do is you need to have your SSID credentials and the Wi-Fi credentials using the SSID and the password, and then you can hopefully connect to your Wi-Fi, and then we're going to use the IP address we get assigned to get to our little web page. So the code can be found here. So if you use this URL, you should end up here. There's our little server. Take the code. You can create a new code page and paste that in here and save it. So I already did this here. So here's my code. As I said, you have to change the SSID to your SSID and your password. So I just leave that here. And then we can upload the code. Sometimes if the upload doesn't work, especially when we play around with uploads a lot of times, you might have to unplug and plug this back in. Oh, I did a mistake here. Good to know. Let's see if it compiles. Yeah, and let's upload. Let me just adjust the code here. Since I made a mistake here, so let me just adjust that. And then we get rid of my password here too. That we don't need yet. Okay, let's go back to our code. So it has been deployed. So let's see if we see this here. Let me just reset to see if we get. So it's deployed, it's connecting. So here you get our IP address. So let's go with this IP address. We go to our little web server. See, you can, here's our little web server, and I put this button in here to switch on and off the LED. So that works quite well. And we get the temperature here and the humidity. So let's see if it changes. If you refresh. Yeah, see 86 now, 76, 70. So sensor is working, so we're in good shape. You can check this web page, check out the source here. So you see here, it's just a simple HTML page, a little bit of styling here, and then we print out here the sensor information. And if you look back into our Arduino code, it's basically, you see here is an in the loop. It just has the same HTML code here. It creates a big long string, and which it prints then out here. And yeah, so there's some exercises here in the code, so play around with it. Display the voltage, for example. And there's another piece of exercise here to display a message when the temperature changes. I'll go to my PowerPoint real quick if there's anything. Yeah, we got the IP address, you showed this. This is what we have, and this is what we're shooting for. If you can adjust the code to get this done here. Let me just get my, yeah, this is better. So what we want is here to print the voltage and to print a message out when the temperature has changed. So see if you can get this done. The solution, if you will, is also in here. So you can just go and grab the code from here. So let's see if that works. If you go back to the IDE, to plug this in, of course you have to check your password again, Wi-Fi credentials, and then we upload this code. And feel free to experiment with the code, change the HTML back and forth, and have some fun with it. And let's see if this works. So 30% here, you see the percentage. Always takes a bit. So once it's uploaded, we should get actually always, the IP address should be sticky, so we should get the same IP address. See, I got the same IP address, prints out our infos. So if I go here, load the IP address, see, you know, I should check if it's 00, then don't display this. So let's see. So no temperature change, no temperature change. Here we can switch off the LED again. Now it takes two. It's a bit of work to do in the code. So let's see if it's, so now the temperature, it shows me temperature changes. So anyway, yeah, play with the code and we go from there. So the next chapter for us is I think in chapter 3 we're gonna we're gonna hook up the real-time clock via the internet, so that should be fun. Okay, I talk to you in the next one. Again, this is for our little environment monitor using ESP8266 and the DH11. Okay, talk to you in chapter 3.